Hello and thank you so much for joining us on this week's episode of the program. It's Lent on Maritime, and it's always my pleasure to bring to you all the happenings in the maritime sector. My name is Brownson, Unwana, and of course the maritime sector always very busy, and of course it's our responsibility to go around the sector to bring you all the news happening right here in this industry. And it's been a very interesting week, a week where we saw the almighty gridlock returning back to Apapa. And of course, that was also quickly nipped in the bud by the Nigerian Shippers Council. We must give them credit for that. And they will bring you reports, reactions from that gridlock that happened in the week. And also, there have been lots of complaints making the rounds as far as port operations. Last week on the program, Stephen Ibe was here. He gave us one aspect of it. This week, we'll be giving you another side of that interview. But first, let's take a very quick break. When we come back, we'll serve you all the details, so don't go away.
At International Supply Chain Systems Limited, ISCS, we provide our clients with customized import-export services to meet their unique needs.
We understand that timeliness is key to saving from demurrage.
That's why we have a team of professionals to assist you with proper paperwork for efficient customs clearing.
Our services include cargo clearing and consolidation shipping, cargo warehousing and storage, general import and consultancy.
Come talk to us today at 7A Ibikunle Akintoye Street, Apapa, Lagos. You can call us on 081 6227 1120, 081 2763 3510, or you can send us an email info@iscslimited.com. For more information, visit our website www.iscslimited.com. ISCS, more than logistics. All right, welcome back. Now, maritime stakeholders were greeted with gridlock in Apapa as work resumed last week, Monday. And of course, there were lots of reactions from transport operators, truck drivers, and even private car owners who use or who ply the road. Now, here are some reactions from the Apapa gridlock. Traffic gridlock resurfaced in Apapa despite the presence of Lagos State Traffic Management Agency and other security agencies in the corridors of the port, causing port users, transporters and truck drivers to spend hours in traffic. Port users were found walking over a long distance as there were no commercial buses available to convey passengers to the port. Some transporters and truck drivers trying to access the port shared their experiences with us.
Traffic wey we dey, so we don't last for only this side wey we dey, we don't reach almost 5 hours here. I say we get better government, wetin happen? Okay, now say na dey do that side. Shebi na go do the down side wey we dey pass. Na go fit do that side, even though na patch before na go open bridge. Now that bridge now they say na January they go open now, and they never even start. That one you dey do now. Okay, now we dey go inside port now. At least we get wife, we get pikin, we get who we dey feed. Tell me how we wan take feed them for today. Sometimes we go dey inside to come outside. We go dey inside to come outside. It go take us for 2 days.
2 days, 3 days, 1 day.
Okay, see now, we never enter. Before they go lolo say we dey come again na war. Coming back na war. And make they help us now. This Apapa they see money.
We've been in this traffic since morning. Since morning around kind of 6.
All these trailers they are passing by the way. So the way they are passing them is no okay. So the way everything is moving, that's why.
With no structured truck call-up system to regulate the flow of trucks to the port, truck drivers recount the effects of the gridlock to their businesses.
You don't plenty just this morning. This morning we must start work. Say we go na 3 go come with some before when they go 11, when they come 8. Now na 3 will come.
It's too much. Like it's just difficult to do out to here. Before I go like 6 trip. Like now, I'm just going like 2 since morning, and it's going to affect the business like this.
It's very, they affect us bad. We need to feel the meet up for work. We need to feel the meet up at least last week now. Throughout last week now, I never meet up for any work. Wow. Since this week.
So usually on the
I enter today, come outside today, I go enter tomorrow. I no get money, at least I still get like 30,000. Now, maybe now 1 week. Because before we go enter, all this motor they see, so before they go load, they won't come again. Before they go, say as they move, like say inside they move, as they move, they go they load us where they go.
But inside concept don't even occupy.
Inside don't. You never know whether na here we go sleep. You never even know. And no daily today they happen no.
It happen no.
And we thank God say we don't come up for a Rabi mouth. I say na Rabi, any motor as this motor break down, I say one man over say me come up for inside.
They arrest you.
Sahara and Road State and
police.
That one.
But wetin dey cause this? With several road repairs going on concurrently, it is expected that speed will be applied to alleviate the suffering. Brownson, Unwana for Nigeria Maritime TV. Interesting. I mean, the reactions of those truck drivers, of course, tell the whole story. And we hope that we'll keep enjoying sanity in Apapa. The port access road needs to be fixed. Maybe some level of urgency can be added because of the peculiar nature of that axis of the road. Now, here's some other stories that made the headlines during the week. Enjoy it. President of the Patriots Anti-Corruption Initiative, Comrade Stephen Ibe, has lamented the poor service delivery by the port terminal operators, which he says has resulted in shippers paying unfair damages to the coffers of the concessionaires. Stephen Ibe, in an exclusive chat with Nigeria Maritime TV, says most of the concessionaires lack modern equipment to discharge cargo from the vessel, faulty cranes, and man-made delays to hand-twist shippers in paying for overtime cargo.
The experience we are having in Apapa Premier Port today is a very bad one. So assessing it generally from when they took over Apapa Port, I will say that we have been calling for MPA to take back Apapa Premier Port because the reverse is what we are seeing. Where will we start? We will start by saying that, by telling you that there is no forklifts to load the containers in the port. Sometimes you will be ready to drop your container for examination. That results to what you always hear me saying. And I still maintain very soon the Patriots Anti-Corruption Initiative will be in court with AP Mola, TICT, Port and Cargo, because they are into the same practices that your cargo will enter their terminal. It becomes a lion's den. You read their debit note as they said, pay and take evidence of payment to them to drop your container that day for you to perform an examination. They will tell you that there is no space. Maybe either they don't have forklift or because the ship arrived and they are using the forklift to receive cargoes from the ship side, and then they will now stop you from performing examination. The same them will turn around, calculate the whole debit note, you must pay all before they will allow you to take your container because your hands are tied, your containers are in their terminal.
While the issue of blocking of containers by security agencies contributes to unfair storage charges, Tipasi want the government to call the security agencies in port to order and checkmate the activities of the concessionaires.
Become a thing of the past if we call a spade a spade. What do I mean by that? If we wrote a letter, as I told you earlier, to the Inspector General of Police, that letter was minuted to a high-rank police officer. Which we get to that place, we are called. When we get to that place, they said there is nothing like that, and we tell them that things like that, there are evidences. They said, okay, they have to. But for that to stop, the federal government of this country should call the Inspector General of Police to order, to call his men to order, to stop those kind of rubbish. It's wrong. And it will stop. But the issue is that we, the anti-corruption crusaders, we are just crying mostly like a lonely bird crying in the wilderness without nobody doing anything.
Lagos Area Manager, National Inland Waterways Authority, NIWA engineer Mrs. Sarat Brahima has advised the leadership of Waterfront Boat Owners and Transport Association of Nigeria, WABUTAN, to embrace technology in all aspects of water transportation economy. Brahima hinted at the desire of the industry to benchmark new growth processes and projects which will innovate and drive template to speedy advancement of the brown water economy, targeting new jobs and contributing to national GDP. Speaking during a courtesy visit to our office by the newly inaugurated association led by its president, Mr. Tokpe Fajimiroko, engineer Sarat Brahima disclosed that NIWA will encourage associations and groups who are willing to partner with the government to move the industry forward and enjoy WABUTAN to stay focused on its vision and aspiration in order to avoid failure of its birth goal. The War Against Drug Abuse WADA initiative of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA intensifies as Tinkan Command of the agency took the WADA awareness campaign to Igbologu community, Snake Island, Lagos. There have been concerns that some islands within the community are used as transit shipment points for drug barons who move drugs from Ghana and other West African countries. Commander of Narcotics NDLEA Tinkan Command, Commander Mohammed Aminu Abubakar, in his remarks, says the war against drug abuse and importation requires collaboration with traditional rulers, local chiefs, youths, and every member of the community, especially in area of information sharing.
We must partner with you, partner with the Bali, his high chiefs, the other opinion leaders in our own society who are concerned, and the youth group, in order to understand the nuances of this dangerous menace in our own society. This place is an island. You know, one way or the other, it's an isolated place away from the main community of Lagos State. And from the experience, we know that there are some barons who are running drugs, distant syndicates, from Nigeria to Ghana, Ghana back to Nigeria. And from the experience, we know they are using some of the islands with the people. Don't mistake their own benevolence as a generosity, because the cargo they are holding is dangerous to all of us.
Some members of the community expressed concerns over the revelation of their identity after sharing information with the NDLEA, but Malam Ashiru Abdullahi, who is in charge of the operation and enforcement of NDLEA Tinkan Command, assured all residents that any information shared with the agency will be acted upon in confidential.
We employ all of you to assist the government in waging this drug war. And just like the commander has said, if you notice any bad egg among you, you can even report the person to us. We can come and arrest the person. The last time we came here, I think some of you complained that once you tell police and police come and arrest the person, in fact, that very day you will see him out. But I assure you, if we arrest the person, you will not see him for very, very long time.
The community leader, Bale Adams Latif Oluwo, assured NDLEA of the community's support.
Our community here. First and foremost, pertaining to the drug of a teen, although we have a lot of problems pertaining it. So bringing down this opportunity down here, we really appreciate it. And God will continue being with you people. And what I would like to say is that whenever we call the people, maybe we see somebody or someone that is in drug abuse or drug accusation, we would like you people to attend to us accordingly.
After a successful sensitization program, it was time to cross back to our various offices. This is what it is. All right, now these are some of the stories that made headlines during the week. Now, on our interview segment this week, Dr. Boniface Anebonam, the founder of the National Association of Government Approved Freight Forwarders, NAGAV, shares his thoughts with us on a program on several issues rocking the maritime sector.
At International Supply Chain Systems Limited, ISCS, we provide our clients with customized import-export services to meet their unique needs.
We understand that timeliness is key to saving from demurrage.
That's why we have a team of professionals to assist you with proper paperwork for efficient customs clearing.
Our services include cargo clearing and consolidation shipping, cargo warehousing and storage, general import and consultancy.
Come talk to us today at 7A Ibikunle Akite Street, Apapa, Lagos. You can call us on 081-6227-1120, 081-2763-3510, or you can send us an email, info@iscslimited.com. For more information, visit our website, www.iscslimited.com. ISCS, more than logistics.
Do you want your cargo cleared as fast as possible? At Maritime Global Food Limited, we are experts in import, export, and customs brokerage. Visit us today at number 1/3 Creek Road, Apapa, Lagos, or call 080-306-35769 or 070-270-31487. You can also email us at matixglobal23@yahoo.com. Maritime Global Ford Limited. Proudly Nigerian, proudly global.
Is it to stop corruption? You're asking me how long? To make law is one, to enforce the law is another. And I'm sure you will agree with me that the problem in our country is implementation of rules of engagement, the laws of the land, and enforcing the guidelines as approved by the consulted authorities. So it's the willpower to do that, and that has to do with political will to do so. And of course, issues like obsolete laws that do not form part of the global trade. For instance, the obsolete custom law and other laws that regulate and control business and our entry points. That need to be reviewed as quick as possible. But even at that, these laws are there, but it's to implement them. Take, for instance, the Transport Commission. We need a regulator in the ports, other than what you see today. The avoidable rivalries among the agencies of the government doesn't add value. Somebody must be in charge. All right? Specifics. We are freight forwarders, we are logistic managers. The issue or the relevance of the Council for Regulation of Freight Forwarding overnight, despite the effort of the wise men and women at the National Assembly to give us a council. That council became converted into an agency of the government. For what? The Intendment of the Act is not seen to be an agency of the government. But so why will Transport Ministry, take interest, solace? Even when the law or the court made a statement, the court statement does not change the status of the act. If you say that CRFF is an agency of the government, why is it that Mr. President is not appointing the chairman of the board? As opposed to what you get from MPA, NIMASA and all that, Nigerian Sports Council, National Maritime Authority. Government appoints, Mr. President appoints the chairman of the council. In our own case, the chairman of the council is an elected member from the register of freight forwarders. Something is wrong. So that needs to be unbundled, and of course you should know that freight forwarders are the artery of the national economy, and with cargo or dry cargo coming or going through the entry points. These are strategic economic operators. Should be taken serious. So you can go on and go on. Well, I just want to draw your attention that our big brother, Senator Joseph Okalo, in one of his appearances in Channels Television, he said that the emergence of Senator Kwankwaso in the political scene through New Nigeria People's Party has changed the narratives of politics in Nigeria. That sends a lot of signal, bearing in mind that he was a chieftain of APC and that of PDP, and yet he decided to take responsibility. He decided to take the opportunity of multi-party system in Nigeria to provide leadership. The implication is obvious, and since his emergence, the political paradigm have changed. It has changed. Added to the fact that my brother Peter B himself is making wave also in another political party, the Labour Party. And I'm sure you will agree with me that our sister political parties, the APC and PDP, they should have realized by now that the game is up. When you look at the state of the nation, these two political parties for the period under review have done their best, but to Nigerians it may not be enough. So we need to change. And so what you have now is the New Nigeria People's Party under the leadership of Kwankwaso, and again the Labour Party. And I am saying this without any bias, in the sense that even as I mentioned these four political parties, the remaining 14 of them are also making waves. So you are going to end up seeing a more vibrant National Assembly, where winners from the various political parties will converge at the National Assembly, and then the issue of addressing Nigerianness will be taken seriously, as opposed to this time around when you have majority and anything goes. So some of the cries of Nigerians definitely will begin to resolve itself from 2023, when very credible Nigerians will come up. So for the 23rd of August at the Sheraton, the maritime stakeholders are thinking differently as opposed to the other time. It's a common knowledge that we have been using a particular platform, a particular system, where the politicians will come up with their policies and promises. And as soon as the election is over, the winner emerges, the loser emerges. Most time, the winners do not come up with all their promises. Hence, the state of the nation. So this time around, the word social contract comes into being, meaning that those who want to take responsibility in the leadership of the country need to take inventory from the stakeholders. And that is the social contract. So Tuesday, the maritime operators will come up and present before Senator Kwankwaso what we thought that if you do that, if you give us a firm promise that you are going to do this, if you come to power, then you get our votes. And the onus is on us now to mobilize over 15 million, operators and other critical stakeholders that has to do with the entry points of Nigeria. I'm talking of the seaport, airports, and the land borders, where international trade holds sway, right? And I take, for instance, those who are involved in freight and logistics. If you calculate the number of importers and exporters in the country whom we handle their affairs at the entry points, we are here to protect their interests, and we're in a better position to tell them this is how we go, so that they stop losing their investments at the custom ports, as it were. So this is it this time around, to say what we want, not what you want to do.
Okay.
And it's left for you. If you agree, fine, we'll go. If you don't agree, off we go.
All right, Doctor, thank you very much for always sharing your thoughts with us on the program. Now, with that is a wrap on the program today. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Now, if you're not following us on our YouTube channel, I must say you are taking the back seat. Now, go to our YouTube channel right now. It's Nigeria Maritime TV. Click the subscribe button to be ahead of all your peers as far as the maritime issue is concerned. I mean, if you're into importation, exportation, freight forwarder, businessman and woman, if you don't even know why the price of food in the market is constantly going high and what government is doing to tackle this, subscribe to Nigeria Maritime TV on YouTube to be ahead in terms of information. My name is Brownson Unwana. Thank you so much for watching. Until we meet again next week, please enjoy the rest of your day.